طيب وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. So حرمت عليكم الميتة. حرمت, we talked about حرمت عليكم يعني يا معشر المسلمين. We could get into the conversation when Allah says عليكم, who is he talking to? The Muslims or all of mankind. Ummat al-Da'wah wa Ummat al-Istijaba. Ummat al-Da'wah is all of mankind, the people that have been addressed with Islam. Ummat al-Istijaba is the Muslims specifically. When Allah addresses kum, who is he referring to? Huh? This is an usuli issue, right? These are the type of issues that get into an usul. Like, you have an opinion, you've never thought about it that deep, right? Allah is talking to all, but it makes a difference in some ahkam. O nisa'ukum, right? About who you have to lower, who the woman has to cover herself around, right? ولا يبدين زينتهن إلا لبعولتهن أو آبائهن أو آباء بعولتهن أو أبنائهن أو أبناء بعولتهن أو إخوانهن أو بني أخوات إخوانهن أو بني أخواتهن أو نسائهن. Right? Even though that ayat is more clear. Who is Allah talking about? The women. Whose women? The Muslim women's women. You see what I'm saying? And so some people say that it's addressing to the people that were there and everybody else is included in the qiyas. Some people say it's addressing everybody directly, right? Some people say it's addressing the Muslims, and then are the kafirs held accountable, right? And all of these things have secondary issues that come off of them. Can you feed a kafir in the daytime of Ramadan? Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyam, right? كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون أياما معدودات فمن كان منكم مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر إلى أن قال فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصم. Whoever amongst you witnesses the month, then he must fast.
Is this still connected to Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu?
Right. Is this still referring to the Muslims, or is this addressing all of mankind? And if it's addressing just the Muslims, does the kafir have to fast? Meaning, do you have to not assist the kafir in not fasting? Can you not help the kafir not fast? Right? And so all of these are issues. That's why people disagree in them. So even though we might have a position, or we might have heard a sheikh mention a topic and say that makes sense to me, we see how it can be taken differently. When you approach the ayah, you don't approach it with preconceived understandings. حُرِّمَتْ عَلَيْكُمْ الْمَيْتَةِ. We already talked about al-maytah. وَالدَّمَ. Same conversation. وَلَحْمِ الْخِنْزِيرِ. We talked about it. وَمَا أُهِلَّ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ بِهِ. Baqarah, bihi, before. Everywhere else, bihi, after. Not really. It makes a difference in, you could say hasr and things like that, but it doesn't matter. Right? وَمَا أُهِلَّ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ بِهِ. What was announced for other than Allah with it, i.e. with its slaughtering.
What was that?
وَمَا أُهِلَّ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ. What was mentioned for other than Allah. Right? What other than Allah was mentioned for it. Right? وَمَا أُهِلَّ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ بِهِ. This ayat has additions that are very important to the hukm. That's why the author made this the ayat. Right? We said that these ayats are repeated and they're mutashabih. Why did he choose the one in Ma'idah over all the other ones? Because the one in Ma'idah is the most comprehensive. وَالْمُنْخَنِقَةِ. Al-munkhaniqa, al-khanaq, strangle. Right? To die because of strangulation. Or, like they used to say, like an animal might stick its head in between the trees to get something, and then it can't get out. But munkhaniqa, it's been choked to death.
What is that? Nakhaqa? What is it?
Munkhaniqa, khanaqa. Khanaqa, no, from infa'ala, on scale 7. Khanaq, I just looked this up the other day too. It means to choke, but if you want to get a good a good definition. Where do we go? مقاييس اللغة. ممتاز. مقاييس اللغة خنقة. خاء والنون والقاف أصل واحد. So it's just one word, and it indicates tightness. خنقة, those letters represent tightness. And so al-khaniq is a sha'b al-dayiq, is a tight pathway. And some of the people of knowledge, they say, inna ahl al-Yemen yusammun al-zuqaq al-khaniq. The people of Yemen, they call the alleys khaniq, right? Because they're tight little roads between the houses. Well, khaniq مصدر خنقه يخنقه خنقا قال بعض أهل العلم لا يقال خنقا والمنخنقة القلادة. A necklace used to be called a munkhaniqa because it's tight around the neck, right? And so the munkhaniqa is the animal that's been strangled. There was some stuff that was mentioned in the tafsir about it, like different views about what is the munkhaniqa. And we're not going to get into that. We'll just keep it general and say that it's strangled, whether it was strangled by its actions or was strangled by your actions. You see what I'm saying? At any circumstance, that which died by strangulation, because it wasn't slaughtered. So it's mayta. Wal mawqudha. Al mawqudha is the one that is beaten to death. Min waqadha. Right? It's just hit with a blunt object until it dies. You bash it over the head. Al mawqudhatu. Wal mutaraddiya. Al mutaraddiya is the one that has fallen down. Like some animals, they might fall down the side of a mountain, right? Or fall somewhere and die from their fall. Wal natiha. The natiha is the animal that was struck by another animal. Maybe two rams are fighting, they're clashing, and one of them strikes another one, and it dies from that striking. Like, how many is that? 4. وَمَا أَكَلَ السَّبْعُ. And that which was eaten by a sab'. A siba', in the plural is a sab', are those predatory animals. Lions, tigers, they have fangs, they have claws, birds of prey. Those type of animals, when they hunt and prey on other animals and they eat the other animal, was that animal slaughtered? So it's what? It's mayta. So all of these things we see that they are references to what?
That which is mayta.
Mayta. So we look at the ayat, حرمت عليكم الميتة والدم ولحم الخنزير وما أهل لغير الله به والمنخنقة. That's mayta. والموقوذة والمتردية والنطيحة وما أكل السبع إلا ما ذكيتم. Except that which you did the tadkiyah, did the that you slaughtered. What is the exception for?
Slaughter. The predatory animal.
That which the predatory animal ate?
That you would go and slaughter it because you sent it.
Is it for all of it? Is it for everything that was mentioned up until now? إِلَّا مَا ذَكَيْتُمْ. That's an exception. What is the exception referring to? حُرِّمَتْ عَلَيْكُمْ الْمَيْتَةِ وَالدَّمْ وَلَحْمِ خِنْزِيرٍ وَمَا أُهِلَّ بِهِ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ. Is the exception applying to any of those things? Is that the exception? إِلَّا مَا ذَكَيْتُمْ. You could say that. Maybe. Some people might say that. But because if somebody announced other than Allah's name on it and they started to slaughter it, but then you took it and slaughtered it in Allah's name, it's permissible. I think that is one of the tafsirs that they say it's applying to that. But most people say no, that it's not applying to those. Them, there's no slaughtering there. Mayta is already dead. So you can't slaughter it after that. Lahmi khinzir doesn't become halal because you slaughtered it. وَمَا أُهِلَّ بِهِ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ. That's why I say some of them include that, but most of the time it's already dead. Like, what about the next things? المنخنقة والموقوذة والمتردية والنطيحة وما أكل السبع إلا ما ذكيتم. Is that applying to all of those circumstances or just ما أكل السبع?
All of them.
Right? And most of the people say it applies to all of those things. So if you can get those things before they die, right? Before they die from their injury, before they die from their fall, before they die from being strangled, then you can slaughter it, you can eat it. And like, how does that become relevant for us? In a couple of ways. Obviously, roadkill. You hit a deer on the side of the highway.
Yeah.
Slaughter it. Get out your car, put a knife to its neck, Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. That's halal meat now.
It's still.
Huh? If it's still alive, you gotta slaughter it. Right? That's halal meat now. Right? Sometimes you might not be able to catch it. But generally speaking, that's something you could do. Another reason why this becomes relevant to us, and this is going to be closer to the topic of containers. Mayta. We said the ruling of Mayta is what?
Haram.
Haram. Like, since we're here, we'll talk about it. This statement, حُرِّمَتْ عَلَيْكُمُ الْمَيْتَ. Can a thing be haram? Is haram a statement that is applicable to a thing?
Yeah.
Show me the thing that's haram.
لحم الخنزير.
No, Mayta is not haram.
Khinzir?
Khinzir is not
What do you
haram.
mean by haram?
Haram to eat.
What's haram?
To eat.
The action.
Yeah.
Haram is not applicable to a thing. You know, like in English, we say, you a lie. Can you be a lie? Right? In colloquial speaking, you a lie. We don't say you're a liar, we say you're the lie. Can you be the lie? No, you're the action, right? Haram is applicable to the what? The action. And so when Allah says, حُرِّمَتْ الْمَيْتَ حُرِّمَتْ عَلَيْكُمُ الْمَيْتَ, what is haram? You add the word eating it, you're adding that word.
I am.
Everybody agrees with him, just that word?
He's confident.
It's not my food.
In Islam, when
Can't be a noun.
no, it can't be a noun, it has to be an action. Because it's Allah telling you about yourself, something that you would do is haram. When something is left ambiguous, the foundation is all possible meanings are applicable.
It's not settled.
It's left ambiguous. And so the foundation should be what?
Possible.
All possible meanings are applicable. Not just eating,
You're using it.
using, owning, tasarruf, isti'mal, al-mulk, right? That's the foundation. And so for that reason, this is a proof that we can't use the containers made out of Mayta. Okay, yeah?
Yeah, I agree with
So
you.
you change now. It's not eating.
I ate all of it, yeah.
It's all of it. Like,
Sorry.
if you say it's all of it, I want you to think about this. Leather. What is leather?
Skin. Is it the skin?
It's Mayta. Belts. Mayta. We get the argument in America about is the slaughtered animals of the Christians and the Jews, not the slaughtered animals, is the food of the Christians and the Jews permissible? Why do they argue?
Because it's not slaughtered.
They argue because of how they believe it's slaughtered. Right? We don't argue that Jews and Christians' food is halal. We argue because of how they slaughter it. Do they slaughter it or not? That's about the food they eat. Do they treat the cows that they turn into leather the same way? I don't know. See what I'm saying? But now you just opened up. If you believe that the food of the meat in the markets here isn't permissible, you have now said what else isn't permissible? All of the clothing, a belt, a leather jacket, leather seats in your car, shoes. right? Because you said that those animals were maita. And so all of those things are prohibited. Or if they treat those animals different than they treat other animals. Maybe the animals meant for consumption, they might slaughter. But the animals that don't need to be consumed, they might shoot in the head. That's without a doubt maita. And if you said that the ayat, what it means is that all usages,
Unless you have an exception.
so that's what I'm saying. What's the foundation in this ayat?
Everything else, unless you have proof.
Everything is always if you have proof. But what's the foundation? Haram. You see what I'm saying? Every usage of it is haram.
Yeah.
Because why we make that caveat of if you have proof? Because people are going to argue about the proof you have as a caveat. And if one hadith goes against the ayat,
Let's just explain that.
but what if it goes against it?
How's it going against it?
Because the hadith says, the ayat says don't do it, and the hadith says does it.
Because that's the explanation.
The explanation of don't is do.
No, the explanation of using that leather, for example, we thought was haram, now it's halal.
Then that means the ayat didn't say don't.
Exactly, we thought it did, but then...
So it's not going against it.
This is the exception.
I'm with you. So we're not going against it. You see what I'm saying? But what if the ayat is saying don't?
Then
And then I say the hadith says do. Which one do I use?
the ayah.
That's what the Ahnaf said. They said we can't take a hadith over an ayah. We can't just take a hadith over an ayah. The ayat said this. How am I going to leave the ayah that I have no doubt about for a hadith that's speculative? Right? And it's not just the Ahnaf. The Malikiyah have a similar principle, as we're going to see later. Now, you mean hadith. Hadith explained it. You just didn't understand the ayah. And that's why so you see how the people who say that all usages of these dead animals is haram, because they say it's undefined, and the undefined needs to be left unrestricted. So when Allah says hurrimat al-mayta, He's not saying the mayta is haram, because the animal can't be haram. What's haram? You using the mayta, any way, shape, or form. Right? That's one view. Other people say no. The foundation is to leave it general unless there are other ayat that explicitly explain it. Right? What did the previous ayat talk about? فمن اضطر غير باغ ولا عاد. فمن اضطر إلى ماذا? Whoever was forced to do what? To eat it. Like, since we're here, we'll do it. Let's skip ahead before we finish the tafsir of this ayat. Who had Nahl 145? No, Nahl 140, 114 to 116. Nahl.
Are we going to it now?
Yeah, go to it. 114 and 116.
Oh, 114?
Yeah, Nahl 114 and 116. Go ahead and read. Now, the only ayat that we need is 115. But why do I say read 114 and 116? Because one of the things that you want to do with tafsir is know as-sabiq wal-lahiq. Know the ayat that came before and the ayat that comes after, because they shed context on what's being talked about. Go ahead.
فكلوا مما رزقكم الله حلالا طيبا واشكروا نعمة الله إن كنتم إياه تعبدون.
Fakulu, then eat. Is this a command? Is it wajib to eat?
Says it's kulu.
This type of command is a command of ibaha. It's a command of allowance, not a command of obligation. Right? فكلوا مما
مما
رزقناكم رزقكم الله حلالا طيبا واشكروا نعمة الله إن كنتم إياه تعبدون. So what's this ayah talking about? Then eat from the halal that is good that Allah provided you, and be appreciative of His blessings if it's Him that you worship. What is this ayah talking about? Eating. That's clear. What's the next ayah say?
From provisions that are halal from Allah.
Right. But it's talking about eating.
Yeah.
Eating. What's the next ayah say?
Being grateful.
No, what's the next ayah?
Oh, I thought.
إنما حرم عليكم الميت والدم ولحم الخنزير وما أهل لغير الله به.
What's this ayah talking about? Allah says in the next ayah, إِنَّمَا حَرَّمَ عَلَيْكُمْ. What's haram alaykum?
What is forbidden to you?
What's haram?
Meita.
No, meita can't be haram.
It is forbidden for you
To eat to you.
To eat.
Yeah.
How do we know it's talking about eating?
Because
Because the last thing was said.
Because the last
eat
ayah
from
was
what is
talking
halal.
about eating. So here, it's explaining that no, it's not all usages.
So just eating.
And when I see this tashabuh, this ayah is just like the last ayah. إِنَّمَا حَرَّمَ عَلَيْكُمُ الْمَيْتَ. No, we're talking about eating.
Right.
وَالدَّمَ وَلَحْمِ الْخِنْزِيرِ وَمَا أُهِلَّ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ بِهِ.
فمن اضطر غير باغ ولا عاد الله غفور رحيم.
It's just like the one in Baqarah.
Yeah.
It's just like the one in Ma'idah, but we have the added context now of knowing what? That it's about eating. What's the next ayat say?
ولا تقولوا لما تصف ألسنتكم
I love this ayat.
الكذب هذا حلال وهذا حرام
لِتَفْتَرُوا
لتفتروا على الله الكذب.
إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَفْتَرُونَ عَلى اللَّهِ كَذِبًا
Mhm.
لَهُمْ عَذَابٌ
إن
لا
الذين
يفلحون.
يفترون على الله الكذب لا يفلحون.
The next ayat, Allah warns you about putting in your understanding. وَلَا تَقُولُوا لِمَا تَصِفُ أَلْسِنَتِكُمُ الْكَذِبِ. And don't say to what your tongues describe from the lies. هذا حلال وهذا حرام لِتَفْتَرُوا على الله كذبا. So that you can invent, that you can fabricate a lie against Allah. What's halal?
What Allah has deemed
What's haram?
what Allah has deemed haram.
What's haram? Meaning, yes, what Allah has deemed haram, but what's haram?
Here in this ayah,
Yes.
Ahkam.
Ahkam. You see what I'm saying? ولا تقولوا لما تصف ألسنتكم الكذب هذا حلال وهذا حرام لتفتروا على الله كذبا. Inventing a lie against Allah. إن الذين يفترون على الله كذبا لا يفلحون.
It's like the streets telling you and then reminding you.
Yeah. And it's and so for me, now we can argue this, and even though this ayah can be used more generally in this specific context, it's like, hey, you can't just say everything's haram regarding the usage of this, because Allah was specifically talking about what?
Eating.
How do you know Allah was talking about eating? The previous ayah, Allah said, fakulu. Right? Like, who had Al-An'am 145?
I did. قل لا أجد فيما أوحي
أوحي إلي, you said it right.
إلي محرما على طعام
على
طاعم يطعمه إلا أن يكون ميتة أو دما أو دما
مسفوح.
دم
Is it alif and lam dal mim or الدم المسفوح?
أو there is no alif in that.
So أو دم, is it تنوين?
نعم.
أو دما مسفوحا.
أو دما مسفوحا أو لحم خنزير فإنه رجس أو فسقا.
رجسا أو فسقا.
رجسا.
Is it رجسا or رجسون?
رجس
Then it's فسق.
أو فسقا.
فسقا أو فسقا.
أو فسقا أهل لغير
Oh, okay, that's why. Okay, yeah. أو فسقا أهل به لغير الله. أو أهل لغير الله.
أهل لغير الله به.
Because only Baqarah comes first.
فمن اضطر غير باغ ولا عاد فإن ربك غفور رحيم.
So now let's look at this ayah. This is the last of these ayat. Right, we said it was in 4 ayat in the Quran, repetitive. Qul, who was Allah telling to say? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Qul la ajidu. I don't find. It shows us that the Sharia is from Allah, because the Prophet had to learn the Sharia just like we did. قل لا أجد محرما فيما أوحي إلي. قل لا أجد فيما أوحي إلي محرما. What could be haram? Can the thing be haram?
The actions.
Anything.
The action. So it's some action here. What action is it? قل لا أجد فيما أوحي إلي محرما على طاعم. On somebody eating. يطعمه. On an eater who eats. إلا أن يكون ميتة. So that shows us that what is Allah referring to when He says it's haram?
The action of eating.
The action of eating. Right? Because here it's clear. على محرما على طائم يطعمه إلا أن يكون ميتة أو دما مسفوحا. Remember we said dam, it didn't mean all of the blood. It meant specifically what kind of blood? Masfuha. This ayat gives us that qualification. Yeah, spilled.
Spilled.
Min safaha, right? To spill the blood. So this gives us that restriction that we talked about earlier. This ayat, I need this ayat to explain the other ayat.
The dam was the spilled blood.
Spilled blood. How will I know it's the spilled? What? Maybe the other ayat just meant all blood.
Dam masfuha.
Allah said in this ayat, daman masfuha. And so this is what we call in Arabic, haml al-mutlaq ala al-muqayyid. Carrying that which has no restrictions to the meaning that has restrictions. If Allah says the same thing multiple times, but one time He says it with restrictions, and one time He says it without restrictions, and the circumstances are the same, then the one that has no restrictions, I have to understand it according to the one that has restrictions. Right? And this is a whole big issue in Islamic law. But here Allah mentioned it with restrictions. He mentioned the blood with restrictions. So when I see the other ayat, what do I do to those other ayat?
You apply the same.
I apply those restrictions. So now we see what kind of blood is being talked about. That's the blood that's haram. أو دم مسفوحا أو لحم خنزير. We've already talked about that. وما أهل فإنه رجس. Rich means najis. فإنه رجس. So all of these things are najis. الميتة والدم المسفوح.
I thought it was talking about the khinzir.
No, all of these things.
Okay,
فإنه
so all of
رجس.
it? Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Somebody might say it's just the khinzir.
فإنه.
Yes. And so you got to get to the tafsir of who, which I don't know, but they apply it to all of those things. فإنه يعني إن ذلك, and all of that as one concept. فإنه rich, no.
It says
O fisqan. That's why I was getting thrown off. Rich is a marfu'. It's the khabar of فإنه, which is explaining the things before it. Fisqan is mansub, which is the maf'ulun bihi. It's the object of what? The object of what word? What word is it the object of? محرما. قل لا أجد فيما أوحي إلي على طائم يطعمه قل لا أجد فيما أوحي إلي محرما على طائم يطعمه إلا أن يكون ميتة 10. So it's اسم كان, خبر كان. ميتة 10. أو دما مسفوحة أو لحم خنزير وما أهل فإنه رجس أو فسقا. This goes back to the beginning of the sentence.
Fisk, what is fisk?
Fisk means wickedness,
Okay.
evilness. فسق يعني خرج.
No, fisk.
Right? أو فسقا, meaning this thing that they are doing is fisk. أو فسقا أهل لغير الله به. Or something that is fisk that has been announced for other than Allah.
So does it go back to ajidu?
No, it goes back to kana.
Can it?
It goes back, it's خبر كان معطوف على خبر كان. فيما لا محرما goes back to أجد إلا أن يكون ميتة. Right? And then so it's connected to ميتة. You see what I'm saying? معطوف على ميتة. But you see how they was throwing me off because I was thinking it's the description. Oh, rich son, oh, fiskun. It's either rich or fisk. But no, all of that is rich. All of that is najis. And then this is also fisk. Right? أو فسقا أحل لغير الله بي فمن اضطر غير باغ ولا عاد فلا إثم عليه إن الله غفور رحيم.
It doesn't say it.
فلا إثم فمن اضطر غير باغ ولا عاد فإن ربك غفور رحيم. We've already talked about that. The point of all of that is to show us that these other two ayahs that we just mentioned kind of give us that specificity of what's haram. حرمت عليكم الميتة يعني أكله. So if this ayah is only talking about أكل الميتة,
Yeah, that's we can use the.
we
stuff
can use
that's
the
not-
skin.
That's not.
We can use the skin.
Yeah.
What next ayah?
Huh?
What about the next ayah?
The next ayah is not connected. Go ahead, read the next ayah, sir.
وعلى الذين هادوا حرمنا كل ذي ظفر ومن البقر والغنم حرمنا عليهم شحومهما إلى ما حملت ظهورهما.
So it's connected but not connected. And on the people that were before you, right? وعلى الذين أوتوا الكتاب
الهادوا
وعلى الذين هادوا
هادوا حرمنا
كل ذي ظفر
كل ذي ظفر ومن البقر والغنم حرمنا عليهم.
شحومها إلا ما حملت. Now, so that's telling us what was haram for them to eat. So it still supports our conversation about it being haram to eat. Because they couldn't eat the clothed hoofed animal, and they couldn't eat the fat of the sheeps and the goats and the cows, right? Except the exception that Allah made.
والحوايا أو ما اختلط بعظم.
Nah, meaning the fat that was still left on the bone.
Should I just finish it?
No, that's fine. Because like I said, that's not connected to the conversation, because that conversation has transitioned to what Allah did to them. You see what I'm saying? As
It said, and we rewarded them for their
their
disobedience.
They're disobedient. Because كل طعام كان حلالا على إسرائيل إلا ما حرم إسرائيل على نفس إسرائيل على نفسه. Everything was halal for Bani Israel, except what Israel made haram on itself. He made stuff haram, and then that became their sharia.
Yeah.
Yaqub.
Oh.
The point of it is that we see that the ayat is talking about what? Eating the maita. So now when you come to tell me that I can't use the maita in any other way, you need a what?
Proof.
Akhi, but the ayah says حرمت عليكم الميتة.
It's made haram on you eating.
And what's haram is to eat it. And that's what the hadith support. Right? That's what the hadith will show as well. When the Prophet tells us, هَلَّا دَبَغْتُمُوهَا, why didn't you tan its hide?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
إِنَّمَا حَرَّمَ أَكْلُهَا. There's a clear hadith. What's haram is eating it.
No.
So y'all all agree that the only thing that's haram
so
is to
we
eat
had
it,
a
right?
bowl made out of a bone of a.
Well, don't even get to the bone yet, because we'll talk. The bone is a different argument.
Or
Yeah.
leather.
A leather satchel,
Yeah, something like that.
right?
We can use it.
Of mate.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody's cool with that, right?
Right now we are.
Why do I know it's permissible? We talked about this principle as well. This is where we start to test if we're paying attention. How did Allah mention this ayah?
That which is in
He's
regard to
only made it
eating.
haram.
Innama. This is the only thing. So therefore, meta is halal to use other than eating, right?
Yes.
What about pigskin?
Well, it's rijis.
Huh?
It's rijis. Najis.
Oh, okay, that's a good
I don't
argument.
know if I want to use something that's najis.
But all of it was najis.
Yeah. So I kind of now don't even want to use it now, actually.
But all of it's najis unless you do what? Tan it.
Tan it. Okay.
Now it's not najis.
Okay, wait, it's not najis.
So what about pigskin?
Is it tan?
Yes.
Okay.
Same applicable.
Leather, crocodile boots,
Right.
snakeskin belt.
Mm.
Does all of this apply to the meta? Or is it only the meta of animals that you could have eaten but weren't slaughtered? This is an issue that they disagree in. The ayat by default will make us think what?
Just eating.
All of it. What's haram about the pig? Eating. Oh, lahmi khinzir. Oh, eating lahmi khinzir.
Right.
Right? It's not about having a pig. If I have a farm where I need a trash compactor, I need to get rid of trash.
Yeah, I'll get a pig, man.
Can I have a pig to get rid of my trash?
Is there any animal that does that?
Yeah, my garbage. I have certain garbage that I can just have a pig pen to dispose of it. Nowadays we got trash compactors and fires and burners and landfills, but I have a small farm, and I have 2 pigs, and I just use them to get rid of my filth. Can I do that? You see what I'm saying? That's something that you have to prove to me either way that I can or can't. You can't just say, "Akhi, the pig is halal." Because what's halal? Eating the pig. Right? When Isa comes back, what's he going to do? Kill the pigs. Why are we doing it now? How come the Prophet didn't do it? Prophet didn't kill the pigs. That's something exclusively for Isa.
That's something symbolic.
Is it like
Or is
to
it-
prove that the
I don't know why. That's the point of it is that why isn't we doing it now? I'm not saying that there's not an answer why. There's definitely, you got to go to the tafsir and the shurah. But the point is that can you say having a pig is haram? Like even the angels don't enter the house where there's a dog.
Is there something
That's
that's
a
saying
dog.
you can't touch
Exactly.
it also?
Who said you can't touch it? The ayat says what?
I don't want to touch something that's
Don't
religious.
eat
حرمت عليكم الميتة والدم واللحم خنزير. I don't want to eat it.
I don't want to touch it either.
I don't want to. I probably wouldn't want to touch it either. But why not? You touch a dog.
Religious.
You touch a dog.
Is it religious?
Well, that's we're going to get to that argument next. A lion. How many people have pet lions?
Oh, yeah, that's different.
Pet tigers.
Lions look cool.
So just because the pig. What about a wild boar?
That doesn't look cool.
You have a pig that was injured as a baby.
Right.
That you, out of your compassion in your heart, you threw some food out of the window for it,
Mm.
and now that pig always run around your yard. You got to kill that pig.
I mean, if it's harming you.
It's not harming nothing. It's just it sees you, it runs up to you, oink, oink,
It's
oink,
trying to lick you.
Right.
Yeah.
and it just loves you because you threw it some food one day.
Mm-hmm. Point.
Is that pig haram?
No, just eating it.
Eating it would be,
Yeah.
but do I got to kill it? Can I throw it some food one day? Can I take it as a pet? You say no, but can I take a pet snake? Snake is najis.
Is it?
Why wouldn't it be?
Why would it be?
I'll give you that. But if you say it's najis,
Yeah. If you say
Right.
that.
but how many people have pet snakes? How many people have pet falcons?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? All the Arabs, they got pet falcons.
Really?
Yeah,
They love
they use them for hunting. How many people have pet dogs?
A lot. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, I'm not saying a pig is halal to take as a pet, but you see how it changes the way you view the argument. Because this argument is about what? This ayat is proving what?
Eating.
Eating the pig. Eating the blood.
Right. Right.
Eating the meta.
Yeah.
Like,
There was, I think I heard something about like during jihad at Salahuddin's time, they had to like pretend they were Christians, so they put pigs on their ship.
to
So-
trick the
so-
kuffar.
Yeah, so trick them and so they can make it through
Yeah.
with the supplies to the Muslims.
Makes sense.
So
If that happened, that's
can you
good.
can you do
Of
that?
course. If they did it, then
You
I
said it was
believe you could
fighting,
do it.
right?
Huh?
You said it was fighting.
It was jihad, yeah.
Well, jihad is different.
And jihad is deception.
The war is deception.
And jihad al-khid'ah.
What did you? Jihad makes things that normally are.
Yes and no, but yes, because jihad is deception. So for example, yes and no. 'Cause I don't want to go that far because putting a flag, an American flag on your ship is not permissible.
It's not.
No,
Even if you want to deceive
no.
them.
Yeah, that's kufr.
Yeah, because to fight under the flag. Of
And so when the ships would go through and they see the American flag, they would think, or the flag of a,
They're not gonna attack.
right, that flag represents kufr.
Right.
So from the ulama of Najd, like they used to talk about this issue, putting the kafir flag on your boat to get through, and like to avoid. But that was for business and stuff like that. So I don't know. Anyway, so that's the ayat. Those are all the ayat. The ayat goes on to talk about and then we mentioned al-yawma ya'isa alladhina kafaru min dinikum. Today, the kuffar have given up hope on your religion. Right? What does it mean they've given up hope on your religion?
On ours?
Yeah. Al-yawma ya'isa alladhina kafaru min dinikum.
Oh, you're saying the other eye?
That's the ayah in Surah Al-Ma'idah. That's the one we didn't finish yet.
Oh man, I gotta go back.
Al-yawma ya'isa alladhina kafaru min dinikum. What does it mean they've given up hope on your religion?
Perhaps they stop fighting you.
Huh?
They
He
fighting
kept
against
fighting us all this time.
No, that's a good point because when was this ayah revealed?
After.
This was in Yawm Hajjatul Wada,
No.
on Yawm Arafah. So those particular kuffar have given up hope of conquering you. It could mean that. It could mean they've given up hope of changing your religion or having your religion go away. Does it mean they've given up hope against you, against getting you out of your religion? Right? وَلَا يَزَالُونَ يُقَاتِلُونَكُمْ حَتَّى يُرُدُّوكُمْ عَنْ دِينِكُمْ. So just because the kuffar have given up hope of your religion doesn't mean they've given up hope of you. You see what I'm saying? They're still going to try to get you out of your religion. But can they change Islam?
Islam is here.
Islam is here. They can't get rid of Islam, but they can get rid of you as a Muslim. فَالْيَوْمَ يَئِسَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا مِنْ دِينِكُمْ. Why have they given up hope? الْيَوْمَ أَكْمَلْتُ لَكُمْ دِينَكُمْ. Today I have completed for you your religion. وَأَكْمَلْتُ عَلَيْكُمْ نِعْمَتِي. الْيَوْمَ أَكْمَلْتُ لَكُمْ دِينَكُمْ وَأَتْمَمْتُ عَلَيْكُمْ نِعْمَتِي. Sign that Islam is the greatest blessing, and it's a complete blessing. وَرَضِيتُ لَكُمُ الْإِسْلَامَ دِينًا. And I'm pleased with you for Islam as a religion. We asked the homework question, why did Allah mention the completion of religion in between the conversation of what you can and can't eat? This ayah, what's the main goal of this ayah? What does this ayah start with and end with?
Started with Meta.
What you can and can't eat.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? In the middle of it, Allah said He completed your religion. Why? Huh?
Because He's telling us what is right. And what
I
is
gave y'all the clue after Fadl left.
Come on.
Huh? What is Islam?
right. Submission.
Tawheed. Worshipping Allah.
Think about it. What did the Prophet say Islam is?
Islam.
Safety.
تشهد لا إله إلا الله وأنا محمد رسول الله وأقيم الصلاة وآتي الزكاة وصوم رمضان وحج البيت.
Islam is actions. Islam is the implementation of the religion, your actions in the religion. You see what I'm saying? That's what the Islam is. Your Iman is the Tawheed, your Iman is what you believe, but the Islam is the what? The actions. Your Islam will not be accepted if you eat haram. Your Islam will not be accepted. One of the most important criteria for your Islam to be accepted is eating halal. This is one of the biggest things upon the Muslim. Eating haram destroys your Islam. And Allah completed for you your Islam. And that's why He mentioned that in the context of what you can't eat. If you want to keep your Islam complete, what do you need to do?
Don't eat pig.
Avoid eating the haram. How can we say this? Let's take some statements. Didn't memorize all of these. I remember our Sheikh Abu Salah mentioned something like this to us, and it was like we never thought about it before. They're like, why did Allah mention that here? Like, that's one of the things He would always make us do. Why is Allah mentioning this here? He could mention it anywhere. Why is He mentioning it here? But then you think about what the Salaf who had that detailed understanding, how did they receive these things? First, let's start with the hadith that we all know. Inna Allah tayyib wa la yaqbalu illa tayyib. Allah is good and He only accepts what is good. Your Islam won't be accepted if it's not good. وَإِنَّمَا أَمَرَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ بِمَا أَمَرَ بِهِ الْمُرْسَلِينَ فَقَالَ تَعَالَى. Anybody know it? 40 hadith of An-Nawawi. لا. That's another hadith. That's hadith of Abu Dharr. إِنَّ اللَّهَ الطَّيِّبُ وَلَا يَقْبَلُ إِلَّا الطَّيِّبُ. That's the hadith. وإن الله أمر المؤمنين بما أمر به المرسلين فقال تعالى يا أيها الرسل كلوا من الطيبات يا أيها الرسل كلوا من الطيبات سبحان الله يا أيها الرسل كلوا من الطيبات, because the next one is واشكروا لله إن كنتم إياه تعبدون. يا أيها الرسل كلوا مما رزقناكم حلالا طيبا إني بما تعملون عليم. O you rusul, O you messengers, eat from what we have provided you halal tayyib. Indeed, I am all knowing about you. وَأَنَّ هَذِهِ أُمَّتُكُمْ أُمَّةً وَاحِدَةً وَأَنَا رَبُّكُمْ فَاعْبُدُونِ. Right? So what did Allah command the messengers to do? To eat halal. And then the hadith goes on to say, وَقَالَ تَعَالَى يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا كُلُوا مِنْ طَيِّبَاتِ مَا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ وَاشْكُرُوا لِلَّهِ إِن كُنْتُمْ إِيَّاهُ تَعْبُدُونَ. O you who have iman, eat from what we have provided you halal and good, and be appreciative to Allah if it's Him that you worship. So we look at this hadith, إِنَّ اللَّهَ الطَّيِّبُ وَلَا يَقْبَلُ إِلَّا الطَّيِّبُ. The Prophet is telling us that Allah is good, only accepts what is good. And then what's the example that He used to prove this? And Allah commands the believers with the same thing He commands the messengers. What's the example that He used to prove this? What's the example that He used? The ayah. What the ayah talking about? Just what is it talking about? Eating halal. And in the first ayah, يَا أَيُّهَا الرُّسُلُ كُلُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ حَلَالًا طَيِّبًا إِنِّي بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ عَلِيمٌ. Right? And then He tells the believers, كُلُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ كُلُوا مِنْ طَيِّبَاتِ مَا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ وَاشْكُرُوا لِلَّهِ إِن كُنْتُمْ إِيَّاهُ تَعْبُدُونَ. If you're going to worship Allah, what do you need to do? Eat halal. And this is the cornerstone of your religion. Eating halal. It's from the cornerstone of your religion. So that ayat is first. Who said this? No, I can't remember who said it. Fil hadith, Inna Allah tayyib. In the hadith that Inna Allah tayyib, in Nawawi. In the hadith where it mentions that Allah is good, He only accepts what is good, and He commanded the believers what He commanded the messengers, there is a reference to the fact that actions will not be accepted, nor are they considered good unless the person eats halal. And indeed, eating haram, it destroys the action and stops it from being accepted. Wuhayb ibn al-Warad, he said, لو كنت مقام هذه السارية, لو كنت, if you were to stand as straight and erect and as long as this pillar is, the pillar in the masjid, if you were to stand up for as long as this pillar, لن ينفعك شيء حتى تنظر ما يدخل بطنك حلالا هو أو حرام. It would not help you at all until you considered, what are you putting in your stomach? Is it halal or haram? He said, وَسُئِلَ بَعْضُ الصَّالِحِينَ. Some of the righteous people were asked, بِمَا تَلِينُ الْقُلُوبِ فَقَالَ بِأَكْلِ الْحَلَالِ. What makes the heart soft? Right? They said by eating halal. That softens the heart. Umar, he said, الورع أما حرم الله بالورع أما حرم الله يقبل الدعاء والتسبيح. Due to the abstaining from what Allah has made haram is what gets your dua and your tasbih accepted by Allah. Sahal ibn Abdullah, he said, النجاة في الثلاث. Salvation is in three things: أكل الحلال, أداء الفرائض, واقتداء بالنبي. And look at the way he ordered it: eating halal, doing the obligation, and following the example of the Prophet. Abu Abdullah al-Baji, he goes on and explains this a little bit more. Before I give you the explanation, can somebody put it together for me? Your salvation is contingent on three things: eating halal, doing the obligations, and following the example of the Prophet.
Not going to be accepted.
What?
The action.
The obligations won't be accepted
Until you eat what is
until you do the halal, until you eat halal. So if you're not eating halal but doing the obligations,
it's not halal.
your obligations are not accepted because you didn't eat halal. If you're eating halal and doing the obligations,
Then you need to follow the rest.
then follow the messenger. Because if you're doing the obligations but not following the messenger,
Then the last.
there's no salvation for you. There's no Jannah for you. Right? طيب. Abu Abdullah al-Baji, he said there are 5 qualities. Through them, your actions are completed. Al-imanu billah. Ma'rifatul haqq. Having faith in Allah. Knowing what's the truth. Al-ikhlas fil amali ila Allah. Sincerity in your devotion for Allah only. Al-amalu ala sunnah, acting according to the sunnah, wa aklul halal, and eating the halal. These 5 qualities. Look at the way he ordered them, right? There's a wisdom in that. So if you miss one of them, your action will never ascend. يرفع الله إنما يرفع إليه يصعد العمل الطيب إليه يرفع العمل إليه يصعد الكلم الطيب والعمل الصالح يرفعه. To Allah, the good statement goes up, and the righteous actions, He raises them. Your action won't be raised if you're missing one of these things. He says, and that's because if you are aware of Allah, you have iman in Allah, but you don't know the truth, will your action be accepted? You know Allah exists, but you don't know the truth about. Do Christians know Allah exists? But they don't know the truth. Action is not accepted. He says that's because if you know Allah but you don't know the truth, it won't benefit you. And if you know the truth but you don't know Allah, if you get the answer right but you don't know Allah, will that benefit you? Okay. Then it won't benefit you. He says, and likewise, if you know Allah and you know the truth but you're not sincere in your devotion for Allah, will it benefit you? And if you know Allah and you know the truth and you're sincere in your devotion, but it's not according to the sunnah, then it won't benefit you. And if you know Allah and you know the truth and you're sincere in your devotion and it's on the sunnah, but you don't eat halal, then it won't benefit you. And that's why in the hadith it says, إن الحلال بين وإن الحرام بين. What's halal? What's haram? What's halal? What's halal? What action is halal? Okay, there we go. The hadith is any action. إن الحلال بين وإن الحرام بين. But most of the time we're talking about what? Eating, drinking, consuming. How do I know that? وبينهما أمور مشتبهات لا يعلمه كثير من الناس فمن اتقى الشبهات فقد استبرأ لدينه وعرضه ومن وقع في الشبهات وقع في الحرام كالراعي no, what's the other one? Not that hadith. ثم ذكر رجل أشعث وأغبر يمد يديه إلى السماء يا رب يا رب ومطعمه حرام وملبسه حرام ومشربه حرام وغذي بالحرام فأنى يستجاب له. How can his actions be accepted when all of this is haram? So when Allah is telling you that your religion is complete, every action that you need to know how to do, everything that you need to worship Allah, it's done. It's here, it's complete. It's perfect. And Allah is pleased with it. What's the main thing you need to remember? Don't eat haram. And that's why Allah talked about completing your religion in the middle of the conversation about not eating haram. But that's the tafsir of those ayat, the words of those ayat. Any questions about that?
Yeah. Is that so? If somebody says Bismillah,
But it's not talking about that.
It's not.
This ayah is not talking about
What
that.
about the other ones?
None of them mention anything except that which Allah has announced, other than Allah has announced on it.
Yeah. So if somebody says
Somebody doesn't say anything.
it's
None of these ayat are talking about that.
إلا not halal. إلا.
He knows that. He's saying like if somebody doesn't say Bismillah,
Yeah, because
these ayat aren't talking about it.
they're not talking about it.
These
No,
ayat aren't talking about that.
All those.
Because these ayat are talking about ma uhilla li ghayrillahi bi. That which other than Allah was mentioned on it.
Right, right. That's what I'm saying. So this is talking about mentioning other names.
Other than Allah's
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
They're not talking about not mentioning Allah's
So,
name.
so I'm trying to give you an example.
Right.
If somebody would do it without saying anything, does that mean halal or haram?
That's this ayat. I know what you was asking first.
I know.
This ayat is not talking about it.
talking about that.
So
it's halal.
I'm not saying that. You see what I'm saying? Because that's where we get into the argument of is it halal or haram?
Right.
You want to use this ayat as a proof. This ayat
It's not talking about that.
doesn't. It's not talking about that. It's talking about what you mentioned other than Allah's name on. Who's the person that didn't mention Allah's name?
Jew or something. Christian.
No, people just got Muslim.
Muslim cannot mention Allah's name and it's permissible.
Or even a Muslim, yeah.
If a Muslim doesn't mention Allah's name because he's new in Islam, فَكُلُوا أَنْتُمْ فَسَمُّوا أَنْتُمْ وَكُلُوا. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this ayah isn't talking about that.
It's not talking about it.
So
It's
we have to look and find the proofs to say that if Allah's name isn't mentioned,
right, yeah.
you see what I'm saying? That's a difference.
And that's what I was wondering when I read that.
Right. It's connected, but when we look at this ayah, we say this ayah ain't
It's
talking
not
about that.
talking about
This ayah is talking about mentioning other than Allah.
that. Right.
Well, somebody didn't mention, the Jews and the Christians nowadays, they don't mention Allah's name. Okay?
Did you slaughter?
Okay. They slaughtered them. Allah said, وَطَعَامُهُمْ حِلٌّ لَكُمْ.
Right.
And their food is halal for you. Is it their food?
Yeah, what's that thing?
But they didn't mention Allah's name. Well, where does it say that they had to mention Allah's name?
Well, that's
You see what I'm saying?
talking about that.
So that changes the way you perceive the
Yeah,
ayah.
yeah, that was,
Right.
that's what I was-
Now, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it changes the way you perceive the ayah. Right. Now let's look at the points that the author brings from this. Now that we know those 4 ayah. All you need to remember from this, what topic are we in? Aniyah. So all you really need to remember is Hurrimat alaykum al-mayta. That's the only point that is the reference to the points that he's going to bring up here. We talked about the meaning of Hurrimat, i.e. the thing can't be haram, the action has to be haram. And we talked about the different positions of the action. Is it all actions, which is the default? Or is it a specific action because there's an evidence? And here we say it's a specific action because of the evidence. Right? That specific action being eating. He says, al-mayta, the definition of mayta that's being referred to when we use it in this context is ma faraqahu ruh min ghayri dhaka mimma yudbah wa ma laysa bi ma'kul. Whatever its soul leaves it. So he's gotten rid of already plants. Plants don't have a soul. Whatever its soul leaves it, min ghayri dhabh, min ghayri dhaka, from the things that haven't been slaughtered, min ma yudbah, from the things that are able to be slaughtered, i.e. cows, goats, sheep, camels, and that which is not edible. So he's excluded fish, because fish don't need to be slaughtered and they are edible. He's excluded insects because insects don't need to be slaughtered and they are edible, or they're not edible if you talk about nasty insects. So he's including in this only 2 things: animals that we can eat that haven't been slaughtered, or animals that we can't eat. Those are the things that are meta in this context. Both sides use this ayat to prove their point, and we understand why. Some people say the ayat is general for all usages. Some people say it's specific for eating. But the other ayat that we brought show us that it's specific about eating, and Allah knows best. And the only conversation left after that is the conversation of, is it applicable to all of the animals? Is every type of meta halal to use, or only the ones that we could eat? Some scholars say that it applies to every animal. Once you tan the animal, it becomes halal, regardless of what it was. So you can play football with a pig skin, right? You can have a leather satchel, a leather, a snake skin belt, alligator boots. All of that's permissible. Why? Because they've been tanned. Once they get tanned, they become clean, right? While other scholars say, no, you can only tan animals that you can eat. Those who say you can tan anything, they have the general evidence on their side. The general evidence of the ayah and the general statements of the Prophet, right? إِنَّمَا حَرَّمَ أَكْلُهَا. What's haram is eating it. The people that say you can only use the skin of animals that were tanned, they have a hadith, dibagul, what's the wordage of the hadith? It's in Baloo. Dibagul jild kadhakatihi. Or dibagul, subhanallah. Anybody still got Baloo on their phone? Dibagul, I can't remember the word. It's the tanning of the animal is like slaughtering it. Where is it at? Dibagul, باب الآنية لا تشربوا الذي يشربوا.
How do you tan? You just put it on the sun or something?
Dibagul julud al mayyit. You got one hadith that says Dibagul julud al mayyit tahuruha. Tanning, so you lay it in the sun, dry it out, and they put certain salts and chemicals on it. But it's just a process
Just wait for it
to dry out and get rid of all of the moisture and all of that out of it to where it's just animal skin. So one hadith says, and Salamat ibn Muhabbiq, قال رسول الله دباغ جلود الميتة طهورها. Tanning the skin of a dead animal is cleaning it. General or specific?
Seems like it's general.
Seems like it's general. It's showing us that you can clean every animal hide. You have another hadith that says, they saw the Prophet ﷺ saw Maymuna dragging a dead sheep. And the Prophet said, why don't you use its carcass? They said, O Messenger of Allah, it's mate. We didn't slaughter it. He says, يُطَهِّرُهَا الْمَاءُ وَالْقَرَض. It cleans it using water, and qarad is a type of plant that they would have, that they would use it to do their debag. But what did the Prophet say? It cleans it. Is that general or specific? Here, there's an argument. Well, he saw them pulling a sheep. So it's specific to the sheep, or was his answer just general in general?
He said mate.
I'm with you. That's why there's an argument. But it was a sheep. But there's another hadith that says, where's the other hadith? He doesn't mention it. There's the one. No, that's we're gonna come to that in a second. I can't find it right now. It's like dibagul mayta zakatuha. I think that's how it's worded. Tanning the dead animal is like slaughtering it. And so some of the scholars say that it's only applicable to the animals that you could slaughter.
Yeah, I can see it.
You see what I'm saying?
You say that,
But then there's other hadith that just make it general. Ayyuma ihabin dubit faqad tahur. Ayyuma is another way of hasr. Any ihab, any carcass that is tanned, then it's tahir. And so for me, I lean to you can tan any type of animal.
because of that hadith.
Because of all of the hadith and the generalness of the ayah. See what I'm saying? Funny. That's the ayat about using animal skin. So any container that's made out of animal skin, I would lean to it's permissible. Even though it's water that's going to be in this container, and water transmit najasa. But I believe that this skin will become tahir upon tanning because of these things. And there's room for disagreement. But what's the next ayat in containers? What's the next ayat in containers? Allah says, فَكُلُوا مِمَّا أَمْسَكْنَا عَلَيْكُمْ. Then eat for what they trap for you. This is Surah Al-Ma'idah, ayat 3. Then eat what they trap for you. Who can bring up the ayat? Surah Al-Ma'idah, not 3, I'm sorry. Ayat number 4? Yeah, number 4. So eat for what they trap for you. Uh-huh. To the end of the ayat. You got it? Go ahead, read it. يسألونك. Who are they asking? They ask you. Who are they? No. The Sahaba. All right. They ask you, ماذا أحل لكم? They ask you, Yani Muhammad, what is halal for them? What's halal? Huh? What's halal? What's halal? Eating. Thank you. What is halal? Right? What is the thing that, because the animal can't be halal. Yeah, the action of eating. They يسألونك ماذا أحل لهم. Okay, they're asking you, Muhammad, what's halal for them to eat? This is more proof that the previous ayah was talking about what? What you can eat, because it's the next ayah. Right? You see what I'm saying? ماذا أحل لهم. After Allah told them what's haram, what's the next thing they did? You told us what's haram. What can we eat? Allah says, يسألونك ماذا أحل لهم. Keep going. قل أحل لكم الطيبات. This is from the ni'am of Allah. When it comes to haram, what did Allah do? Yes, but what did He do in the? He specified it. You can't eat this. You can't eat that. You can't eat this. How many things did He mention? Really, just 4 or 5. Al-mayta, wad-dama, wa-lahm al-khinzir, wa-ma uhilla li ghayri Allahi bi. All the other things were really just 4. All of the other things were just part of what? The mayta. Wa an tastaqsimu bil azlam. We skipped that part because that's not food. That's in that you cast divinations with arrows. So Allah only made 4 things haram to eat. Go back to the other ayah. إِنَّمَا حَرَّمَ عَلَيْكُمْ. That's what? Hasr. What did Allah mention in that? الْمَيْتَةَ وَالدَّمَ وَلَحْمِ الْخِنْزِيرِ وَمَا أُهِلَّ بِهِ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ. The other ayah. قُلْ لَا أَجِدُوا فِيمَا أُوحِيَ إِلَيَّ مُحَرَّمًا عَلَى طَاعِمٍ يَطْعَمُهُ. Say, I don't find anything haram on somebody eating it other than it being إلا أن يكون ميتة أو دما مسفوحا أو لحم خنزير فإنه رجس أو فسقا أهل لغير الله به. So Allah specified there's only 4 things haram for you to eat. عليكم السلام ورحمة الله. طيب يا Allah, what's halal? الطيبات. Everything that's not everything that. Good question. يحل لهم الطيبات ويحرم عليهم الخبائث. What was the khaba'ith that we said? When Allah said the messenger came to make halal for them the tayyibat and make haram on them the khaba'ith. What did we say the khaba'ith were? What are the bad, disgusting things? What are they? The things that Allah told us were haram. So what are the tayyibat?
Anything that are not those.
Anything that's not those. So when it came to the good things, Allah left it all open. He didn't limit. People always tell the Muslim, man, y'all religion's so hard, man. Y'all can only eat certain things, huh? And you listen to them. Man, it's so hard. Y'all can only eat, like, y'all got a real strict diet, don't y'all? And you believed them. What's halal? Everything. I can eat whatever I want. I got to stay away from 4 things. Allah made the haram limited and made the halal unlimited. And then the kafir comes and tells us, man, your religion is so tough, so difficult. How you stay away from 4 things?
It's difficult to leave the same.
You know what I mean? Like, it's things I don't even want in the first place. I don't want to drink nobody's blood. Would I look like a vampire? Why do I want to get out the car and go eat a dead deer that's on the side of the road? Who does that? Right? I want to eat something that you sacrifice to your gods besides Allah. That don't make sense. The only one they argue about is what? Khinzir. Akhi, beef bacon tastes just as good.
Better.
Yeah, it tastes. I don't know. It's better. It is better. I don't know. I don't know. Beef is better than pork. I don't know if it tastes better. The hellfire is surrounded by delightful things.
Pork is bad meat.
The hellfire is surrounded by delightful things.
That's true.
So it can taste as delicious as it wants.
I heard that it tastes good.
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to get me to say it tastes bad just because it's haram. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they do love that bacon.
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to get me to say it tastes bad just because it's haram. It can be haram and taste amazing. You see what I'm saying? But beef bacon tastes just as good. Trust me. Jarabtu. I've experienced it. Beef bacon is just as good. I gave my dad, before he died, when he came to live with us, he refused to eat an Islamic diet. I don't know if I can stay with y'all, man. Y'all don't do no pork, man. I need my pork. And they don't know our religion. They don't know how we try to be devout. So one day we cooked some bacon. Some beef bacon. He like, oh man, what's up? Y'all out here making some bacon, huh? Yeah, Pops, we made you some bacon. Oh, that's what's up. I appreciate it. He think I'm being nice to him, right? He should have known better. He ate the bacon. Delicious. How was it? Man, that was good. I don't know how y'all don't eat it. I would eat it too. Give me some. What you doing, man? I thought that's beef. Oh, I don't want this crap. The point is, the man who loved his beef bacon couldn't tell. I mean, the man who loved his pork bacon couldn't tell the difference. And what is halal? There's sufficiency. And that's why the halal is so much. What can you drink?
Everything.
What can you not?
Khamra.
And blood. Right? Okay, who wants to drink blood? And why do I want to drink some old rotten fruit anyway? Can I have the taste of that good wine?
Yeah.
I can go get me a Holston's, a Barbican all day long. I love me a good peach Barbican. Tastes just like it. But at least my wine isn't rotten to change my mind. Right? Because that's what khamr is. It's rotten fruits and grapes and things like that. So Allah says, يَسْأَلُونَكَ مَاذَا أُحِلَّ لَهُمْ كُلْ أُحِلَّ لَكُمُ الطَّيِّبَاتُ وَمَا عَلَّمْتُم مِّنَ الْجَوَارِحِ الْمُكَلَّبِينَ تُعَلِّمُونَهُم مِّمَّا عَلَّمَكُمُ اللَّهُ. And that which you've taught. Condition number 1. What do we call this? A qaid. This is not absolute. It's not any dog. It's not any falcon. It has to be specifically what? Mimma allamtum. That which you taught. That means they have to be trained. Can I just find a stray dog on the street and say, this is my hunting dog? It has to be trained. And there are conditions to let you know the dog is trained. How do you know the dog is trained?
Follow commands.
It follows commands. And there's specific ones that some of the people of knowledge mention. It sits when it's told to sit. It goes when it's told to go. If it's biting and you tell it to stop, it releases. Right? The dog has to be trained. وَمِمَّا عَلَّمْتُمْ مِنَ الْجَوَارِحِ. Al-Jawarih, scholars disagree. We'll take the general opinion. It's any taloned, fanged, trained animal. Whether it be a dog, a falcon, a hawk, an eagle, a lion, a tiger. Can I use tigers to hunt? If you can train and teach a tiger, then go for it, akhi. Bismillah. Right? Huh? If you can figure out how to do it, go for it, huh? But it has to be what?
Has to be trained.
Has to be trained. Min al-jawari. The jawari are those animals that have those piercing talons or fangs. Mukallibin. When you send them out. So any animal that you train that is from those hunting animals,
Is it raven?
can you train it?
No, I'm saying is it from that?
I'm asking, can you train it?
Those are pretty smart, aren't they?
So can you train it?
Not me, I don't know.
Can it be trained?
Yeah, I can.
Does it have fangs and claws and talons? Then it's that. You see what I'm saying? The ayat makes it clear for us. The ayat makes it clear. You don't have to ask, what about this? What about this? What about that? Is it trainable? Is it jawari? Right? Does it have talons, fangs, claws? Okay. Can you train it? Okay. We just said anything. As long as you can do what? Train it, and it's what? El-jawari. Now we said that there's disagreement about what is el-jawari. Some people say the jawari is only the dogs. You see what I'm saying? But other scholars say it's whatever has the jariha, whatever has that piercing claw or beak or fang, because it's from jaraha, to pierce. And that's what it needs to be able to do for you. It needs to be able to catch the prey. How's it going to catch it if it ain't got nothing sharp? Right? So it needs that thing that can catch the prey. Mimma allamtum min al-jawarih mukallabin. Condition number 3. When you send it out. What about if my hunting dog goes out on its own?
Then it's not trained.
It's trained, but I wasn't telling him to do that. He was just chilling. He loves to hunt. And he goes out on his own. I let my dog run around the yard.
He gets a rabbit or something.
He catches a rabbit. Can I eat it?
You can send him out.
I did not send him out. So that animal is not for me. Right? That's why when you tell it to let go, it has to let go. Because if it keeps eating, it's its animal. You can't have it. Right? The animal's not halal. Mukallibin, you sent it out. Tu'allimunahum, no, that was previous, or that's right here, right? Tu'allimunahum mimma allamakumullah. You teach them from what Allah taught you. What do we have? Intellect. Allah taught us how to understand things. So we got to give them a little bit of that. Right? Stop, sit, stand, paw, speak, roll over. Right? I'm teaching it from the things that Allah taught me, gave me the ability to teach it. فَكُلُوا مِمَّا أَمْسَكْنَا عَلَيْكُمْ. Then eat from that which it captures for you. It has to capture it. If it gets away, you have to what? You have to slaughter it. Or you have to hunt it again if it lived. But if it captures it, it bites it, and then the animal gets away and then dies. Right? So it has to capture it for you. Mimma amsakna alaykum. And it has to capture it for you. If it starts to eat it and consume it itself, it didn't capture it for you. But what's the end of the ayat? وَاذْكُرُ اسْمَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ. I mention Allah's name when you send it. Mention Allah's name when you send it.
Why is it when you send it? Because it's
The sunnah.
I'm saying it's after.
I know, but the sunnah.
Yeah.
The sunnah says when you send it.
And when he brings it, you slaughter it.
You don't have to slaughter it. When he brings it, he can bring it dead because it's a hunted animal. And that's why you mention Allah's name when you send it, because it's going to kill the animal for you. Right? It captures it. It's probably going to kill it. It's going to bite it on its neck and sit with it. Your dog runs faster than you. You send it after that rabbit. It catches that rabbit. It's half a mile up. By the time you get up there, the rabbit's dead. But hunting animals or hunted animals are exceptions from things that you have to slaughter. And so you mention Allah's name on it when you send it. I'm sure there's a way to see in the ayat that, what does it say? وَاذْكُرِ اسْمَ اللَّهِ. I'm sure there's a way. I'm sure there's a way to see in the ayat that it's at the time of sending it, but the sunnah clarified that if it wasn't clear. But Imam Shafi makes a point. Everything that the sunnah clarified, you'll see its clarification in the Quran. The sunnah just makes it obvious.
Right.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? But Allah already clarified, because Allah has what? وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ مِنَ اللَّهِ قِيلًا. Who can say something better than Allah? طيب.
So this alayhi refers to the animal.
فَاذْكُرِ اسْمَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ, the one you sent.
Yes.
مِنَ الْجَوَارِ مُكَلَّبِينَ. Or it could mean the animal that is being captured, but you're mentioning Allah's name on it, i.e. by mentioning Allah's name when you send the animal. فَاذْكُرِ اسْمَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهِ. Protect yourself. Don't transgress this. Don't do other than this. Inna Allah sari'ul hisab. Allah is quick in His reckoning. You might have thought you got away with it here, but Allah is quick in His reckoning. But what is this have to do with containers?
I guess the saliva.
Mumtaz. The saliva of dogs is not what?
Najis.
It's not najis.
He's trying to prove that here.
That's what he says this ayah proves. The saliva of dog is not najis. How does it prove that?
Because you're going to eat the food after. You're going to grab the food from the mouth.
Uh-huh.
And, you're gonna
And
eat
Allah did not say what?
It's najis.
Allah did not say wash it. And if Allah didn't tell you to wash it, then you don't what?
You don't have.
You don't have to wash it. And if it was najis,
You would have to wash it.
you would have to wash it.
Dirt and water.
But we have hadith.
Oh, Amir.
What? What are you doing?
He said we got a hadith.
Yeah,
What's the hadith? إذا ولغ الكلب
كلب
في إناء
في إناء واحد
أحدكم
to wash it.
فاغسلوه. Don't stop. That's how you get better. Trust me, I never sat down to memorize the hadith. You just say it 100 times. First 25 times you was wrong. 26 times you right. Right? You just keep saying it. You don't know the word. I still go into the same problem today. I know a hadith and like, oh, what's the word for? What's that word again? I can't remember that word. But keep saying it. That's what it's for. We're not here. Nobody is here judging you that, man, you don't memorize a million hadith yet? Who has? We're here to be better. We're here to get better. إذا ولغ الكلب في إناء أحدكم طهور إنائكم إذا ولغ فيه الكلب أن يغسله 7 مرات إحداهن بالتراب. The purification of one of your containers, if a dog licks into it, is to wash it 7 times, one of them with dirt. What did I say? The purification. That makes us believe that the container was what? Najis. Another version of that same narration says what? إذا ولغ الكلب في إناء أحدكم فاغسله 7 مرات إحداهن بالتراب. When the dog licks into your container, or if a dog licks into your container, then wash it 7 times, one of them with dirt. What does it not mention? Doesn't mention cleaning it. Some of them say that the hadith of the dog is not because it's najis. It's worship. You wash it 7 times because Allah told you to. And it has nothing to do with it being najis. Right? How do I know it has nothing to do with it being najis? Huh? It didn't mention it. Okay. But we mentioned something else before, if anybody remembers in the Muwatta. How do you clean najasa?
Water.
How many times do you need to wash it?
As many as you need.
As many as you need. What if I only need 1?
And that's enough.
Why do I gotta wash this out 7 times if it was najis?
Maybe that was...
Because it's not najis.
What about the other hadith who are different numbers? And
That's another point.
And Abu Hurairah didn't do
These
it
are all things that support that it's not najis.
No, because it was enough.
This hadith says 7.
Yeah.
You're going to say, what about Abu Hurairah doing it 3?
Right.
That shows us that Abu Hurairah didn't believe it was najis. Because if
No.
he believed it was najis, he would have said you got to do it 7 times.
Or if it was najis, 3 was enough.
So he's going to disregard the hadith of the Prophet?
No, because it was enough.
Then he's still disregarding the hadith of the Prophet. You're right. I see what you're saying. Maybe.
I don't know.
No, it's fine. That's what we do. That's fine. I see what you're saying. Abu Hurairah did it 3 times, so maybe he saw it najis and just got rid of it enough and didn't believe that 7. If anything, though, I would say that shows the hadith about 7 is problematic, what they call muttarab.
It shows the number is weak.
Yes.
But the authentic is that
It should be washed.
It should be washed.
And that goes in support with the statement of tahur ina'i ahadikum, cleaning your container. The Prophet said cleaning. So cleaning it means it's dirty. You see what I'm saying? But like we talked about, that hadith is problematic. It's unstable. You see what I'm saying? That hadith is unstable because of all of the different wordages of it. One of them with dirt. The first one with dirt. The last one with dirt. Clean it 8 times. And then 1 more with dirt. Abu Hurairah only did it 3 times. And he's the narrator of the hadith. And then we have here this ayat that is what? This ayat is undeniable. And you have a hadith that is unstable. You have a hadith that's unstable and an ayat that's undeniable. Which one do you use? The ayat made it seem, the zahir of the ayat makes it seem that the dog's spit is not najis. And that's why Imam Malik, he said the dog's spit is not najis. Right. Imam Malik, yeah.
Is there a Sahih hadith about the...
We just said it's unstable.
No, I'm sorry. The dog, do not drink from the stream or the river, even if the dog is downstream.
I don't know it. I don't know that.
You never heard of that?
I don't know that one. Anybody hear that one before?
Huh? What is it?
Don't drink from a river if the dog is downstream.
Yeah, lick from it. Yeah.
Maybe No, I've never heard that. I don't know it. It doesn't mean it's wrong, but
why clean out the bowl?
huh?
Why clean out the container for that a dog licks into?
Well, because Allah said so.
Okay, we know that, but there's a reason for it.
I don't know the reason.
You're saying it's not because it's najis, it's just because
It's because Allah said so.
that's it. Okay.
Why don't pee in the shower?
You hear so much about the dog. If the dog will lick your clothes, then
Well, people say it, but why would that be a problem?
I just always taken it for that was true
Did the Sahaba have dogs?
in a context. Yeah.
The Sahaba had dogs, right? You think they acted with their dogs the way the people act now? Get that filthy beast away from me. They had dogs that they would send and hunt, and they would catch the food, and they would take the food, and the dog would spit all over the food. Good boy, good boy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Right? And the dog is. And we don't have any narrations that they would say you got to wash your hands after hunting with the dog. We don't have any ayat that says you have to wash the meat off after using your hunting dog.
Right.
So all of that would support that the dog is not najis. But what about the hadith of the container?
Yeah, why you gotta?
Hey man, Allah said do it. What you want me to do?
There's a reason for it.
It's a reason, but I don't know what it is. Nowadays, people suppose that maybe the scientific reason of it is something that the people couldn't know back then. And that is that dogs lick their backsides.
They do the backs.
And they have worms, microscopic worms that they expel out of their anus.
Right.
And you can't see them. But if they lick into the container, they'll come off of their tongue into your container. And water by itself doesn't clean them out. Just washing the container won't get rid of those worms because they'll stick to the side of the earthen container.
Or is that what they say?
That's what scientists say. But using the dirt, they'll stick to the dirt. And then when you wash it out after it, there won't be any worms to wash out. So wash it 7 times, the first one with dirt.
It has nothing to do with najas.
It's nothing to do with that. That's an opinion. Now, was that the reason?
Maybe.
Maybe. We can't say for sure because I don't know why Allah said it. Likewise, if you're looking like medical books, there's a certain sickness that I forgot what it's called. I remember reading about it before. But there's like a really rare sickness that certain people get from dog saliva.
Yeah.
And it's like really rare, but if it gets you, you'll die from it.
Ringworm.
Oh wow.
Huh?
Ringworm.
Ringworm, but that's not the specific one. It's like another one, but ringworm is one.
You don't die from ringworm.
Yeah, but there's one that like if you get dogs like calvers when they eat their ice cream, they get a dog a lick. If they have a cut in their mouth
Wow.
and they lick after where the dog licked from, and that saliva gets in there, it causes your body to shut down and die. And so maybe it's not because it's najis, maybe it's because it's harmful.
Yeah.
And so therefore, there's no proof that the dog is najis. Not the meat, not the fur, not the spit. Can you eat a dog? No, it's still haram to eat, but it's not najis. You see what I'm saying? And that's a strong proof because it lines up with the what? It lines up with the ayah. And there's no arguing the ayah. Allah says, then eat from whatever they capture for you. How do they capture it? With their mouth. And if it was necessary to wash it, Allah would have had to told you to wash it. Can you say, well, common sense, you're going to wash it before you eat it?
Yeah, you could say that.
But no, that's not common.
Why?
Because maybe I smoke it. That's true. But we don't disregard intellect. And we can say that maybe it's just not mentioning it. The Prophet, when he would say, Sami Allahu liman hamida, none of us would bend his back until his nose touched the ground. Does that mean you don't have to say Allahu Akbar going in sujood? You see what I'm saying? We just didn't mention it. It's obvious.
It's obvious, yeah.
So you can make that argument. That's why there's disagreement. You can see how somebody can make that argument. But what if I smoke the meat? If you smoke the meat, do you wash it, per se? No, you don't have to wash it. And you can't say the fire cooked it away because you're smoking it. And I'm not talking about smoking it like in a smoker. I'm talking about like making jerky. What's that?
But if you, go ahead.
What's that meat that I eat? I love it in Bosnia. No.
You try it like the dried up.
It's, huh? Sujuk. It might be that. It's like the beef, and it's just gray.
There's smoke.
It's just been smoked. It's like
suhamis.
suhames. They gave it another word.
Cut it, right?
It's just like great beef.
You cut it real thin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you cut it real thin.
Suhumesa?
Yeah, it's like dried meat. It's
Yeah. But they don't cook it. There's no fire touches it.
smoked.
It's
yeah.
just all smoke gets into it.
Yeah.
If a dog had bit that animal and then you cut a piece of it off and smoke it,
Yeah.
you didn't wash it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so that's the, what were you about to say?
No, I was gonna say, if you cook meat, does it kill the najasa?
No, unless you washed it. Unless you say that najasa turns into something else. But it didn't turn into something else. It's still there. You didn't wash it off. You just cooked the dog spit into it. You see what I'm saying? Like if I cook with something that's najis, if I cook with urine,
Yeah.
did it get rid of the urine or did it cook it into the meat?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So this is a proof that dogs aren't najis. So this ayat helps us to know that we don't. That's why Imam Malik says you don't have to wash the container.
You don't.
He says you don't even have to wash it.
You just-
Imam Malik, he says,
Is it in here?
yeah, I'm trying to see where the statement is of Imam Malik. Where's it at? The statement of Imam Malik. ثم ذكر مثلا لأن الحديث عارض أصلين عظيمين. No, before that.
Is it this tanbih?
Yes, in the tanbih, but where is the statement? هل يجوز العمل به قال أبو حنيفة. So this tanbih is about their position that they take. Abu Hanifa and Malik, they both have this position that if you have something that is guaranteed, what they call qat'iyyatu dalala or qat'iyyatu thubut, it's absolutely established, like an ayah. Is there any doubt that an ayah is the statement of Allah?
No.
But then you have a hadith. It's authentic. Right? But this hadith that's authentic, is there doubt that it could be the statement of the Prophet?
Is there a doubt?
Is there doubt that it could be the statement of the Prophet?
I mean, if it's sahih,
Sahih.
so what's the problem?
You don't remember when we talked about the hadith
Right
class?
here. I found it.
Right? You don't remember when we talked about hadith class that Sahih means the chain is Sahih. But a lot of them say that you can't know for sure that the Prophet said it. Now, some of us don't hold that opinion, but some of us do. And so the people that hold that opinion, they say you got this hadith that it's a 1% chance it's not the Prophet said it. But you got this ayah that's 100% that Allah said it. And they're saying two different things. Can I use the hadith to go against the ayah? And they say no. Now we say no, if hadith is authentic, then it's met the criteria. But there are people who say this, that a singular hadith can't go against the ayah. The Ahnaf are good for that.
They don't take it.
They won't take it.
Okay.
Because this is a hadith.
That's their manhaj.
Yeah, it's usul. This hadith could be wrong. Maybe Abu Hurairah forgot. We have examples of Sahabi making mistakes in hadith. But can there be a mistake in the ayah? So this thing that can't be mistaken versus the thing that could be mistaken. Which one I'm going to take? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This last part here,
Go ahead.
here, what he said here, what you wanted to mention probably. ثم ذكر مسألة مالك في ولوغ الكلب قال لأن الحديث عارض أصلين عظيمين أحدهما
The part I'm looking for is at the end of all of that.
قال الله تعالى فكلوا
قال مالك يؤكل صيده فكيف يكره لعابه.
what does that mean?
You can eat what they hunt for you. So how are we going to dislike its spit? You see what I'm saying?
Malik says that?
Yes.
Where is it?
At the right after the ayat at the bottom of the page. فَكُلُوا مِمَّا أَمْسَكْنَا عَلَيْكُمْ. Imam Malik said, we can eat what they capture, what they hunt for us.
It's on the right page.
Are you on the right ayat?
I'm on the right page.
مِمَّا أَمْسَكْنَا عَلَيْكُم. Where's that at?
I'm on 24, 25.
We're on 25.
25?
Yeah. The ayat. قال مالك يؤكل صيده فكيف يكره لعابه. So that's a statement from Malik. And it does go against the ayah. Right?
What?
The fact that you got to wash it out 7 times, one of them with dirt.
Hadith.
The hadith. But the only way we can combine them is say that washing them out has nothing to do with najasa. Has nothing to do with its spit.
That's the only way?
How else could you combine them?
If you say it's najis.
If you say it's najis, now you say the dog spits najis. Allah told you can eat from what they
Right.
capture.
That's why we have the sunnah to explain more.
The sunnah didn't explain anything about washing it.
Salam
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah. We're done, inshallah. We're just discussing now.
Hey, well, hold on. Akhi,
Washing it with dirt, water.
That's the
Kamal said-
container.
Kamal said to, if you guys want, tomorrow he's gonna have iftar in the masjid.
At what's that? Aisha, Masjid Aisha.
Aisha?
Just send the message to this. I'll send the message to the group, inshallah, on the WhatsApp.
Aisha?
Masjid Aisha. Yeah. Tomorrow, inshallah, Kamal.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. For iftar.
I spelled it different. Aisha.
Marina Ferry.
Yeah.
We'll send
I'll send the address, the link in the WhatsApp, inshallah.
It's in South County.
South County?
Yeah.
Can't make it?
South County not far, bro.
If you need a ride, let me know, because I'm going to go. If I get off working time, I'm going to go, inshallah. So I can swing by here first, inshallah.
continue class there.
Huh?
Huh?
No class tomorrow. I got work tomorrow, but. So you see what I'm saying? If you, let's say you say it's najis.
Right.
Okay, it's najis.
Right.
First, I say, what's your proof? You say my proof is that the Prophet told us to wash the container of the dog if it licks in it 3 times, if it licks in it 7 times. I say, cool. You got your answer and your proof. What do you do with this ayah? Allah told us to eat from what they capture. Obviously, what they capture has their spit on it, and Allah did not tell us we had to wash it.
But do we have examples of the Sahaba hunting?
Yeah, but
did they wash it?
I don't know.
We don't really like.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
It becomes
More
problematic if washing makes it najis, because the cat, there's a hadith that if a cat licks a vessel, wash it once.
No, I don't know that.
Yeah.
The hadith of the cat is that you don't have to wash it. Inna laysa bi najisa.
No, there's one hadith that says just wash it once. I can find it.
Yeah, but that's
It doesn't
automatically.
mean it's najis though. That's what.
Oh, okay, you're trying to say that it's not najis if the
that
cat
can,
does it.
yeah, that can be helpful, right?
Because I was about to say the hadith of the cat is what we use to refute your argument that the dog spit is najis. Allah says, Allah's messenger said, "Innaha laysa bi najisa, innaha min at-tawafina alaykum wat-tawafat."
I can use that against you.
No. Why is it tawafina alaykum wat-tawafat? Why is it that? So we go back. Why is it not najis? Why is the cat not najis?
I can use that hadith against you.
Before you use it against me,
Okay.
answer my question. Why is the cat not najis?
Why is it cat? The Prophet said it.
What was the reason?
Tawafat.
Tawafina alaykum wat-tawafat.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Is
you're
the
gonna-
dog from the tawafina alaykum
I
wat-tawafat?
don't think they are because they don't come in your house. You're not gonna let them in your house.
Yes, you would.
Oh well.
No, I won't.
You wouldn't. But a person who has a hunting dog, you think the dog doesn't come into the house?
I don't know what they do. For me, that dog.
You
ain't
think they
come.
had doors like this?
Would they allow it in the house though?
Where's your proof that I can't have it in the house?
What about the angels?
They don't enter a house where there's a dog in it.
Yeah,
The dog comes and goes.
You got a mountain of.
The dog
good
comes and
deeds,
goes.
Right? Mountain of good
The
deeds.
dog comes and goes.
Dog ain't coming in.
That's fine. You don't have to let the dog in. Is it from the tawafin? Does it come and go? Can you stop the dog from coming in? When you got a big opening in your house, and you say, okay, boy, let's go. Time to go hunt. Come on.
Then a cow can be from Tawafi.
No, because cows don't live in your house like that. Dogs come around you.
Snakes.
Because remember, what did we say the tawafin was? Yeah, I forgot the shut of tawafin. What does it mean? Al-khadimat. Al-khuddam, the things that service you.
Yeah, service you, yeah.
Cows don't service you. But the dog comes. Okay, you ready, boy? Let's go. Come on, son, go hunt. Boom. It comes in your house.
Sahih.
So therefore,
Yeah.
that's why they say that any animal that's in the size of a cat or smaller, like in the khilkatul qitta, then it's from the tawafin.
Smaller?
The size of a cat or smaller. Okay, dogs are bigger than cats.
Yeah, they are bigger.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. It's true too.
And it's approximate.
First of all, you're never gonna use a small little baby dog like
That's what I'm saying.
little chihuahua to hunt.
And it's approximate. It doesn't mean it has to be
Unless
the.
you want to hunt mice.
So, what was your proof? What was you going to do?
I wouldn't use that hadith against you.
Okay.
The
In the halais to be najis.
yes,
Uh-huh.
he didn't wash out the bowl.
He didn't wash out the cat's bowl.
Yeah, because the Prophet ﷺ said it's not najis, and she was surprised.
She was surprised because she thought it should be najis. Yeah.
And he didn't wash it.
Uh-huh.
But Prophet ﷺ, another hadith says to wash it,
We already said why you wash it.
and he says it's not najis. But
We
he-
already said why you wash it.
Wait, why you wash it?
Because Allah said so. Did the Prophet say it was najis in
That's
the
for
hadith?
everything.
Exactly. But some things we know the answer,
Yeah.
and some things we don't.
But you see how that hadith of a cat that's not najis doesn't have to be washed?
Well, we're not arguing that.
And the dog
has to be washed.
yeah.
Not because it's najis though.
But in that hadith it specifies specifically
That hadith specified. We're not arguing that.
najis.
Your hadith did not specify that it is najis.
But that one did.
Specify that it's not.
And she was surprised that
She was
like,
surprised.
what
She
are you
didn't know no
doing,
better.
man?
Young woman. She didn't know no better. Radiallahu ta'ala anha.
Yeah, what are you doing?
What's that got to do with the dog?
Listen,
Yeah, I agree. Lace najis.
No.
So the point of it is that it just. Am I saying the dog is not najis? I don't know.
I don't know either, man.
You see what I'm saying? But you know now, man. لا تقولوا لما تصفوا ألسنتكم الكذب. Okay, that's najis. Okay, that's haram. What do you mean it's haram? What's your proof? And you see it's an ayah that you've read. What's today? If you were in Tarawih, they do a juz every day here?
No.
They don't do a juz every day? Let's say if you're in Tarawih, you probably heard it last night. They should be in Surah Al-Ma'idah, right?
Yeah.
So, you hear this ayah,
No.
but you never used it as a proof before.
Yeah.
And this ayah is a strong proof that it's not najis.
Yeah.
And prove to me it is najis. You mean all of these Sahaba who had all of these dogs, we don't have no clear, the Prophet never once told us.
It's najis.
He told us about the container, but didn't tell us about the meat. He told us about the container, but didn't tell us about the thobes getting dirty from them.
Licks.
Which one is more likely to happen, the dog licking from your container or licking your pants leg? You have a dog to hunt. Which one is more harder to prevent? The dog licking into your cup or licking your pants leg?
The pants what?
Your pants leg, your thobe.
Oh,
Which one is harder to prevent?
the pants.
Oh, the
The pants. The cup I can just do like this. La. It's this.
You probably jump on you and get your pants.
That's what I'm saying. It's harder to stop that. But the Prophet didn't say nothing about it. Did he forget? What's the hadith? إن الله حرم أشياء فلا تسألوا عنها. إن الله فرض فرائض فلا تضيعوها. Allah made things obligatory, so don't abandon them. وحرم أشياء فلا تنتهكوها, so don't undertake them. وسكت عن أشياء رحمة لكم غير نسيان فلا تسألوا عنها. And he was quiet about some things as a mercy for you, not because he forgot. So don't ask about them. Did he forget to tell us it was najis? And then this ayat clearly makes it seem that it's not najis. Where are you going to bring me your proof that it's najis? And like that's the beauty of like looking at these ayat that way and this hadith that way, because it redefines the way that you think about things. Because a lot of times you've just been told this is the answer.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's even strange. Like somebody may say, you're bringing strangeness. When you go to the books of Islamic law, all of these are the conversations that have been had for centuries. It's just that we don't study it anymore. So it's not that it's being strange, it's just that it's being classical. Like, dog, huh?
Go ahead, man.
Go ahead.
Did you want to hear the
In the law, oh, the cat? Yeah, of course.
It's in Sahih Muslim.
Ooh.
حدثنا عبيد الله بن معاذ حدثنا أبي
حدثنا من?
أبي
Abi, Mu'adh, okay.
حدثنا شعبة عن أبي تياح
Abi Tayyah, yeah.
سمع مطرف ابن عبد الله يحدث عن ابن مغفل قال أمر رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بقتل الكلاب ثم قال ما بالهم وبال الكلاب.
Ma baluhu.
Hold on, this is about dog. I don't know why.
Huh?
I was looking for a cat, but it brought me to the
Kilab.
yeah. Hold on, just a sec.
Because I know فأمر بقتل الكلاب فقال ما باله باله وبال الكلاب. You might want to finish it. What's the rest of the hadith?
Okay.
Because I can't remember what he said after that. Because he commanded them to be killed and then he stopped. And some of them said it's just a black dog. Hey, no. Right. So he allowed it. He commanded that the dogs be killed, but then he allowed them. So, I mean, that's big.
What?
He commanded that the dogs be killed. Doesn't mean they're najis.
Maybe they were harming people.
That's what I'm saying. That's what some of them said, they were bothering people. But it doesn't mean they're najis. And then he allowed them for the hunting dog and the crop dog or the cattle dog.
Yeah, yeah.
If they were najis, he would have told us, but you got to do this, you got to do that.
Exactly. That's true. He's like, I got you. What? ما
It's here.
يا مغفل
كم بقي? How much time we got?
مغفل
10 minutes?
You know مغفل? That's somebody's name?
Yeah, somebody.
ابن مغفل famous scholar.
What does that mean?
مغفل 5 or 10? اختلف العلماء ولا we sure? 5, why we still here?
مغفل
ابن مغفل.
مغفل.
غفلة, to not be aware, and مغفل is to be made unaware.
What if you call someone Ya Mughaffal?
Yeah, مغفل. Yeah, that's what it means.
Mughaffal.
Yeah, you're not careless, heedless, stupid kind of.
Fool.
Huh?
Like calling him fool.
Fool, yeah, مغفل, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
People named Jundub, bug, beetle.
It's not as bad as مغفل.
Well, it's not as bad as Mirhab.
That's worse.
But these are their war.
War?
Harb. Murrah. No, war is not brave, it's war. Murrah, bitter. يلا سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك اشهد ان لا اله الا انت. جندب ibn Junaba.
Junub.
Junub, maybe. I don't know.
I asked you once about the